Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Nur Syazwani and I'm from Group 8. So I would like to present about the first question for the case study, which is what are the possible corporate governance problem in the company. So the first problem that I can see is that the company has lack of documentations. This can be seen where there is a large sum of money drawn by the director and charged on the accountable impress account, but there are no documentations to support the expenditure. Although the income was recorded properly, but there is no valid statement to support the money flow. So the director himself has failed to comply with the principles as he insists to make such documentations and claim the professionals to find it in the expenses account. For the second problem is there's a possibility of false or black money. This is because the company engaged with a huge contract from regional government, but there is still no supported document available for such large amount of cash drawings. So this will not only destroy trust and integrity of people in the management, but it will also give a bad image of the company itself. So the third problem is that lack of motivations from the employees. This is because all of those problems occurred within the company has actually affected the employees because it involved ethical issues and also their personal integrity. And the last one is lack of professional skills. This can be seen from Davis, which is the new employed accountant, where when the director issued him a question and he showed that he has a lack of basic mathematical skills despite himself being a qualified accountant.
Assalamualaikum. Hi, I'm Nadrah. Now I will explain how can the professional deal with this problem as I mentioned before. For first problem is lack of documentation. Professional can deal lack of documentation with drafting the document that needed as soon as possible after the incident. So the details are fresh in mind and it's also easier to do and it will last longer. A text that is written immediately after the incident has taken place may later be credible evidence in the proceeding. If there are eyewitnesses to the incident, name them in the document. Identify any rules of work that have been violated. Having a system for investigating and documenting work-related incidents help employers to make decisions with a better knowledge of the facts. Proper reporting also decreases the possibility of civil liability if the punishment or termination is challenged by a grievance or a complaint. Second problem is huge possibility of false money, which is fake or black money. Professional can contend with fake or black money by seeking help from a special investigation team. Proactive action should be taken if any reliable information on black money has been obtained. This which result in black money being taxed under the applicable laws initiating proceeding against the offender. Monitoring inquiries on black money income cases, ensuring better cooperation between law enforcement authorities and updating the legal also administrative structure to prevent the production of black money income. Next, I will pass to my other team members.
Hello everyone, so now we move on to the question 3 of this case study. The question is, what are the potential risks that might be faced by Faida Bora Investment Limited? And I have listed out 2 potential risks that might be faced by this organization. We will check about the potential risk in the next slide. First of all, the potential risk that might be faced by this organization is that the organization will slowly lose the trust from its existing shareholders as well as the potential investors. This risk will likely happen due to the reason that the organization financial statement contains material misstatement. You might ask, what is a material misstatement? Material misstatement is information in the financial statement that is sufficiently incorrect that it may impact the economic decision of someone relying on those statements. And based on this case study, the directors and the business development managers have drew a lot of cash from the company's account. However, the transactions are not supported by any documentation, and the accountants find it hard to record all the transactions as the information are missing. In that case, it will lead to the flawed financial statement as the information and the numbers in the financial statement are not accurate with the original transaction. Suppose that the auditors, whether the internal auditors or the external auditors, check on the financial statement and then detect that there are errors in the financial statement. In that case, the organization credibility will be questioned by the existing shareholders, and the future investors might not be interested in investing their money in the organization anymore. Okay, now move on to the second potential risk. The second potential risk that might be faced by this organization is that there might be an increase in corruption cases in the organization. Corruption is dishonest or fraudulent conduct by those in power, typically involving bribery. Based on this case, the head of Finance and Resource Planning Department requested for supporting documents as an evidence for the business transaction. Unfortunately, there were no documents were prepared by anyone, and this problem will cause suspicion on how clean the transaction is. It is clear that the board of directors obtained their given powers in their decision making and controlling the organization funds from the shareholders. They need to fulfill their responsibility in order to satisfy what the shareholders need. However, in this case, the directors abuse their power by exploiting the organization funds and not including documentation in their transaction. That's all from me.
Based on the case study, so the question for number 4 is, how can the professional suggest to the board of directors of the company? As you can see, the board of directors have two roles, which is leadership and control. Through the leadership role, the professional can suggest to the board of directors to supervise their implementation and formulation of the business. In this case, the professional should suggest the board of directors to implement accounting information system to avoid any misstatement. The use of accounting information system can give transparency to business transaction and enhance the company's integrity. Under the control role, the professional can suggest to the board of directors to monitor the professional manager's performance and activities. The board of directors should only hire a suitable person from the management team, and they should always evaluate them. The board of directors should also review the succession planning in order to avoid power abuse, such as selecting and recruiting family members for top management positions. In this case, the professional should advise the board of directors to not only hire someone that has the qualification but also someone that has the skill for the company. This is because the qualification and skills are very crucial in order to lead the company to become more success in the future. Having skillful employees in the company can enhance the company's credibility.
It's Wigi. So today I would like to share with you guys our suggestion for this company to run their business with right ethical concept and policy. So first of all, the chairman and the directors of the company itself must have their own awareness and knowledge about what is going to happen if they manipulating the financial report. So in order to gain those knowledge about the accounting standard, accounting principle, and those what are the penalties if they do the unlawful things, they can actually attend the workshop, classes, or seminar that held by the professional accountant. This actually will help them to understand that it is actually unethical and it is unlawful if they not providing the proper document that shows the flow of the cash. Second, to avoid unethical practice in the company, they actually need to hire internal auditor, because the internal auditor will ensure that the company is following the law and follow the accounting standard. By having the internal auditor. It will decrease the chances of the company to fall into corruption, and at the same time, it actually can avoid the errors and or omission in the financial report. Besides, the company also will tend to be more disciplined in providing necessary documents for any expenses or withdrawal that they have been done. Lastly, the company's board of directors or chairman, they actually must take care of their employees, especially the professionals. So how they can do that? They can take care of them by allowing those professionals to voice out any concern, so they will be comfortable to work with the company. Probably their voice, their opinion also might be useful to improve the company reputation. If the professionals are not comfortable to work with them, they might just walk away from that company. And as we know, employees are asset of the company. So the board of directors also need to understand not everyone is willing to sacrifice their own personal integrity or doing the unethical things even though they get paid to do it. In conclusion, the chairman and the board of directors of this company must have the willingness to change, or otherwise their stakeholders will lose their trust and obviously it will affect the company performance. They also might suffer more losses if they get caught by the authorities, since they are not being honest and not being transparent in presenting the financial report. Probably it is the best for them to change their old practice before it will become too late. So that's all from me. Thank you very much.